Hi everyone, my name is Alfredo. This is my son Alfredo with me.
Hi.
From Alfredo's Auto Glass. Today we're going to be working on this 2015 Mini Cooper. There's definitely a lot of parts to be removed, so I like to show my technique how to properly and safely replace the windshield. I'm going to be using a really cool tool. I already put it inside of the seat over there. It's called the Raptor. Anyways, this windshield has the rain sensor right there, and we're going to be replacing it with an original glass. We're going to be replacing the molding, so I'm going to get started. On these type of cars, you see there's nothing on the side, so I like to put something there to protect and don't have anything falling inside. Fairly easy. I like to keep it the right and the left. Some of these parts are plastic, so you want to be very careful with them. You don't want to break them or over tight it. You could possibly break it. You don't want that. Or strip it. I had to put my tools away here because my daughter started walking and now she's all over. I have a spot for them over there on the side. Okay, this one has like a little arrow indicating which way. So important trick on this one, you're gonna go towards your right. So you undo this one as well. You pull it up. This little tab goes under, so you don't want to break it. You want to be gentle with it. And this is for the cowling. There's one nut that goes in here. I'm going to show you how to take it off carefully. On all the minis, I like to remove this little chrome piece right here. It gives you better access to removing the side molding and as well as removing the cowling. Just want to be careful with it. Go easy, don't bend it because you could bend it if the first time that you do it. Just be really careful if you've never done it before. The cowling comes off fairly easy. This one, you slide it towards the left to be able to remove this. All right, so that's done. But for now, this is pretty much done. Now we'll work on these moldings. There is a little molding right here that you want to be very gentle with it when you're removing it. Just like that, and there is the same old 15 torque. So just go very gentle with it. This one right here. So I'm gonna keep going down. I don't want to break it, so just taking my time. Okay, this one, it actually, there's a little clip behind this molding right here. Now you might be able to do it with your fingers. Let me see where it is, if I remember right. Okay, there's like a little felt right here, and then within that, behind that little felt, you just push on it and it releases this molding right here. So what I did was to push on this one right here. So you just push on it, and that's it. You see, I was able to save the clips. This is important to put it back right here. You have a good seal. Like that. Right here, there's a hole for a clip, but it doesn't have a hole here for the clip. So you have 1, 2, 3. And then 4 with the top one. So 1, 2, 3, and then 4 on the top. Now this one right here, you just pull it like this, really, really careful. Want to be gentle with it. Like that. Just set it aside. You ready with the glass? Yeah. The molding's right there on the bag. So on this one, if you wanted it, you could also start from here to pull it out. Wherever you think it's easier. You could just pull it down like this. Pull it out, I mean. Like that. These screws like to fall off, so get in a position where you could grab the screw. So to have a little bit more space, I like to release a little bit from here. That gives me a little bit more space to work with. Pop that one out. And once again, you see how this is connected right here? You want to be careful that you don't break that. So I'm going to look for that little clip. Push it. I'm using my nail right now to pull it, to push it through. Like that. I could be wrong, but this could have been replaced before. The molding it's like crippled in a couple of spots, which I told my customer before I started working on the car on my pre-inspection. And he thinks the same thing. Somebody must have touched it before. So sometimes not necessarily to replace the windshield, but for something else. Okay, you see this little double-sided tape? If you want to take some of it off right now, it might be easier. I have these little plastic blades. What I'm going to do, I'm going to scrape it off. And it's pretty nice because you could bend it, so that should come out a lot easier. And you get most of the glue off with it. Now this rain sensor, it's one of the ones that you could remove a lot easier than normal than some other ones. So I'm gonna pop this open here in the middle. Work my way down. And then same thing on the bottom. It's like it opens in half. Yeah, somebody has definitely worked on this before. I see marks on the actual plastic cover here. This windshield is tinted, so those are the marks that I was able to see. So they had a little struggle removing it. Now this wire for the rain sensor, you would like to unplug it right now, because when you slide the mirror down, you don't want to rip off the cable. What I want to do, I'm just gonna put a little bit of my weight down on it to slide it off, and it just slides right off. And the rain sensor, I'll take care of it when I'm outside. It's easier when it's on the outside. I'm going to be using ripcord to remove it with the Raptor. Stan, can you go put this on the table, please? Thank you. Alright, so first off, there's a little button right here. Turn it on, and I'm going to be cutting towards my left, so I'm going to go counter clockwise, so that when I'm turning, it's cutting in the opposite direction. So all I have to do is pretty much set the tool where I want it to be, just like that, and then vacuums by itself. Pretty cool, isn't it? All right, now time to feed the line. So I'm gonna leave some space for the little suction cup that's gonna go on the inside. And if you could go in the corner, that's easier. It'll be a much easier cutout, like this. And you want to know which one's which. You don't want to cross them. That wouldn't be good. Okay, so I'm gonna make the nut right here. You can put it through the bottom more towards the top. Really makes not a whole lot of difference. So now I'm gonna put my suction cup here, actually right here. Clamp it down, and now I can start pulling. I know how much it needs now. See, they're crossed right now. They were crossed, so you gotta be careful that you don't cross that line, the ripcord. Because then, I mean, no big deal. All you have to do is get the suction cup from the inside and flip it around. Alright, so I'm lacing it as careful as possible so I can see exactly where the fiber line is. That's it. And this is the fun part, the cutout. This is where I really like about my job, I guess. This is one of the parts that I really enjoy when I'm cutting it out. Can you put this away, son, please? So you always want to protect, of course. And as easy as that. This is the cool part, where you just grab the suction cup and place it, and that's it. Let it do the vacuuming for by itself, and then once again continue my cutout. You really want to protect the VIN number down there. So you could leave the leave it on or leave it off. Right here is the steering wheel, so it's not that very comfortable to leave it on. Right here I could use my dash protector and my headliner protector. Make sure it's all the way in. There you go. So this windshield has a lot of curves, so you want to be really careful and where you're cutting over the curve. Alright, so see right here that I have the space for my ratchet. So you can leave it there, and while it's suctioning, you go around and that's it. You're ready to start working again. Right here, they're both going to start cutting by themselves. One going up, the other one's going down. And that's it. Cutout complete. That was painless cutout using the Raptor. Wait until you see the cutout. Can you put the glass down? There's right next to you, behind you. See a nice, clean, perfect cutout. Didn't damage anything whatsoever. Flawless. So I'm gonna vacuum before we trim out. A lot of German cars, they have these plastics right here, you see? So it's important to have your dash cover when you're using the tool, because it could get caught on one of them, break your line or break the plastic. So let's clean right here, son, please. So it's just with this blade right here, it's really easy to clean. You want to make it flat. That's the goal, flat. That way when you put the new molding, it's nice and flush.
Can I use primer?
Yes, please. I really like this BTV tool. You could remove the urethane without creating any damage whatsoever. I'm happy with the new Dow's primer 5504 that we don't have to shake it anymore. So one of my inventions that I had before, I don't need it anymore. I don't have to shake the primer anymore. We're going to be using a high modulus urethane from Dow. It's going to be a Beta CO1. See, if it wasn't for those seams right there, I probably wouldn't need any primer, but I really wanted to bond properly, so you can see in this little spot, they shut the urethane over the rubber. See in these little spots right here. It's very, very thin. So I apply a little bit more of primer to have a wider coverage area where the urethane is going to be applied. So it has little tabs, little hook tool. You want to pull from the back up very slowly. Take your time, be patient, and you're able to reuse your gel. Right here, I go one side, then the second side, kind of go at the same time to level out the gel. This windshield has little guides right here telling you where it goes. my seams. Ready, son?
Yep. Do you want me to open your door?
No, we'll do it through the outside. It goes on the bottom, okay? So once you clear that, then we start aiming. I'm setting. It's always so much better when you set it with somebody. Cannot go wrong with that. I'm going to adjust everything before I take the tape off. If you're the one who's guiding it and you want to know more left, more towards the right, you look at the VIN number, but not only that, you look at the fret line and the interior. Before you remove the glass, you see it and see how much space you have in between. You can go through the inside and see how much space you have there, how much space you have here, and it's pretty nice center. So I think we're right on the money. This urethane sets up very fast, so I will be taking off the tape pretty soon. Okay, so now time to put everything back. I'm going to start by putting the cowling on. Remember this one right here. It's important to put it under. So this one fits in really easy. You can see I like to push towards the inside. Remember, this little thing goes on the back. Like that. Make sure that everything locks in place correctly. If it has dirt, don't touch it because it could scratch really easy. Oh, see, it more likely had a wrap on top. That's the reason why they took it off before. That's exactly why. There's this little groove that goes behind the glass, so you kind of have to tilt it a little bit. Can you put the screws on this one? go side to side, and there it is. And to put this cover back on, there's these little guide pins on the middle, so they'll guide you, letting you know if you're putting it in correctly or not. That's it.
Can you put the other side in?
Yes. So when you're putting this molding in, I like to put the upper part in first, and then just push this side in like this. This seals the door, so you don't want to rip it, and you want to make sure that it's in there correctly. The caps are on, everything's on. We'll just test the windshield wipers, and right here, push this in slowly. It goes right into place. There's this little opening right here where it goes. I like to put the front first. And then slice right away. Done? I'll put it on. So once again, when you run your finger, you could feel it if something's not in there correctly. So there it is. The installation is complete. Thank you for watching my video. This is my son Alfredo Calva. God bless. Subscribe and hit like. Thank you.